On today's Minute Apes, my brain still isn't working. I've already mainlined enough caffeine.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we sell out Richard and break down the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. That's Sean.
Hello.
You're Richard. Are you with us?
I'm waking up. All I'm waking up now. Yeah.
He left a energy drink of some sort here last time, so I put it in front of him, so hopefully that will help him revitalize himself. He's just staring at it. I think it's
I haven't even opened it up or anything, no.
All right, so we are at the middle of the week. We're hump daying it to minute 13. Sean, you want to tell us what's going on with 13?
All right, we start minute 13 with someone saying they better read it before we start the test, and ends with someone off screen saying, "Hi, Dr. Dixon, Dr. Branton."
I like how you bring a little bit of a Texas
What's
bit
up,
to it.
everybody?
All right, here comes minute 13 of Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Better read it before we start the test. Yeah, it's the usual imitative behavior, mimicking salutes, handshaking, sitting on chairs, eating off plates with knives. Oh.
Well, what is it, Louis?
There was a sort of carpet bag in the ship.
Full of food?
No clothes, and it seems they changed into them.
I don't believe it.
Hi, Dr. Dixon. Dr. Branton.
As minute 13, we have a planet's worth of humans plus 3 apes.
I was expecting Sean to go longer as I took a drink of beer. All right, so you guys are right. If I'd read ahead in my notes, I would know that this is where the doctors talk about wearing clothes. You know, my immediate thing is, if she is some kind of doctor of animal something, we don't hear what she's a doctor of, but we get it.
It's in the script, if you want me to tell you who they
Would
are.
you please? I don't think it says it in the film, but if you can tell us.
So we do establish this, according to the script, as Misty Morning shots at 6 a.m. So this is supposed to be 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Misty Morning.
Misty Morning. So they've been in the cages all night long. We hear occasional call of a tropical early bird.
Caw.
And close to two human early birds. Louis Dixon, a young animal psychiatrist, and his pretty female research assistant, Stevie.
Okay, hang on. Stevie gets pretty because she's the producer's wife.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Well, but you have to say that if you were
you're
Paul
right.
Danes and you're writing that in the script, knowing that it's your boss's wife, yeah.
Hey, she's gorgeous.
The horrible hag.
We need a pretty research assistant. Can anybody find one for me?
Okay, so she's a research assistant to an animal psychologist, correct? Okay. She has enough experience.
But she's a doctor, so she's a research assistant that's a doctor?
Well, I guess you could be a doctor of it, and you're still the assistant. You just don't have enough hours to be the leader of it.
I don't know, but you would think, if I'm a doctor and you're a doctor, we are both doctors.
Hey,
I'm not your assistant.
Women at this time, they weren't on equal ground, okay? Yeah.
All right.
Their doctorate doesn't mean anything compared to that man's
It's
doctorate.
only 3/5 of a man's doctor?
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go. She's got a upper doctorate level to catch up with him.
So why is she so disbelieving or surprised by apes mimicking behavior? She immediately kind of goes, what? All of her reactions are, oh my God.
I don't believe it. I want that guy to go, I just got the paper right now. You read it too. I know it literally. I have 30 seconds head start on you. Go, read this.
Okay, so he starts it off by listing the things that they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. The usual inventory behavior, mimicking salutes, handshaking, sitting on chairs, eating off of plates with knives.
Which it should have been eating their own poop. But go ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm literally thinking, do they do that?
I don't see apes sitting down.
I know you can teach them to do these kind of behaviors, but I don't think that's an innate.
Well, then maybe that's what he's thinking, right? He thinks they came from but I was confused by it as well. I saw that. I'm like, okay, I could see him saying using utensils as tools. Like I could see him saying using tools as opposed to eating off plates with knives.
But then shouldn't, if if he says something like that, should her first reaction be, do we know if they were in a previous system where they were taught that behavior? You know, as a scientist, your job is to ask a question to get to a further truth. And they just once again, we're in the Three's Company moment of animal psychology. You know, I expect Mr. Roper to pop up and go,
I mean, there's a video that came out relatively recently, and would say that with David Attenborough seeing a orangutan with its child with a hammer and a nail, and it's kind of holding the hammer upside down and hitting the nail, and the nail just on the board because it's seen humans do that. So it was trying to imitate a human.
Right.
But that was something that was unusual to see. It was captured on video because we'd never seen something like this before. Yet in the 70s, they're saying they eat with plates and knives because that's what people do, and they see people do it. No, that's not how apes work.
yeah.
They don't imitate just because they imitate. They sit in chairs because chairs are made to accommodate a human body, and apes are developed like a human body, so it's comfortable to sit in. That's why they sit in them. Sorry.
Thank you, animal psychiatrist and ape expert.
Yes. I didn't go to ape school for 9 months to not be called doctor. I'm an assistant.
Is that an apicurgy?
There you go.
Okay.
I honestly think because after he says the moment, eating off of plates with knives, he goes, oh. Like, he gives the O first.
Yeah.
That he's surprised.
How surprising.
He's surprised about this next moment. So she's just kind of reacting. She's serving as not only her reaction, but his reaction.
They have a very nice repartee that, again, is evocative of the Cornelius and Zira relationship from the first film. They are the mirror opposite of what they are.
I want to talk about the next minute on that one.
Okay, we'll get to that. But I think it's there, and I think that we're being unfair to break them apart because this is an era when dialogue was not always truly conversational. It wasn't like a scientist would be like, wait, do we have any record of them being somewhere else? They would learn this behavior. This is expository moments to get us into the moment so that they have the information we already know. And I get that.
Right.
It just feels a little
casual
and silly.
Casual and silly, yeah. Well, so it was just kind of this moment, like, to let us know that there's something unique.
Yeah.
To let these two know that there's something unique. This is the
And
first
that
tease
they're
of
caught
that.
up to where we are.
Correct. It's just so, no, clothes. Seems they changed, and I don't believe it. It was just so funny. So when they approach the actual zoo infirmary, which is, I think we did show this before, a wood sign that's part of the zoo, etc.
Look, boys, it's my subway card. 3 more
He does wave something at it. There was some dialogue here. She was supposed to say, "What are they doing here?" And
meaning the guards.
And he was supposed to reply, "Security. Join the Marines and see the zoo." He was supposed to say undertone, so I guess that joke got cut
Because it's not funny.
Yeah. Wait, joke? That was a joke?
But it is security. Join the Marines and see the zoo. I mean, it's really it is a little. I could
It's a
see
little snarky.
I could see why it would get cut.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little bit of a slam. To
So
them.
in that moment that they walk by the guards,
That's why they wave badges.
Yeah.
There was some dialogue we didn't have. Yeah,
so when they walk by, the guard to the left, I swear, checks out the woman as she walks by, and it brings to mind if you've ever watched Silence of the Lambs, have you ever heard what Jonathan Demme would do? He would go to Jonathan Demme being the director. He went to every man in a scene with Jodie Foster and said, "Find a moment when you think she's not looking to check her out." And if you watch the film, every man is like checking her out because what he wanted to do, he was trying to make a statement about how women have to fight against that anywhere they go. And he never told her until it was over, "I've had them all checking you out." I swear to God, I was looking for Jonathan Demme to show up because she walks by and he gets him up. Hey, it's a little creepy.
It looks like a nod, but it is kind of an up and down nod, like a.
What you did,
It was. I just looked at it. It was great.
what you didn't know is Jodie, she caught somebody looking at her up and down, and he just said, "Well, no, wait, the director told me I'm supposed to look you up and down." And then he just went to everybody else. "If she catches you looking at you, say the director said to do it."
Is that what it was?
Yes.
It was all a cover story?
Uh-huh.
Well, I saw him and it brought to mind immediately, and I thought how funny that is that we in, what was that, 92 when that film came out, that we have a director that's aware of what woman's struggle is, and only 21 years before a man seemingly naturally just did it to her.
So just a quick note: when we were
You're
watching,
close, 91. No,
Damn it.
we're
Close.
watching the animal psychiatrist and the his assistant walk outside. There was kind of just an odd moment where we get some tree shadows on their faces.
On whose faces? I'm sorry.
Dr. Dixon and
Dr.
Branton.
Dr. Branton. We get some shadows on them as they walk through some stuff, and it just struck out as something that you probably wouldn't have in a modern production. You wouldn't have allowed that kind of natural walk under shading unless it's very intentional. Like, it just got a little slightly poorly lit, so it just kind of stood out. I mean, it was still lit well, but you could tell that this would not have. They would have kind of taken that shadow out.
Yeah, I can only imagine, especially a film like this, that every time they make one, their budget gets cut, and anytime they can go outside and they're using natural light, it's just like, go. And they're not going to worry about putting any little bounce boards anywhere to kick up on their face.
It needed that moment. It really, really did. So they then wave past the guards. They then walk in, and the first shot is of them walking the thing, but it's from the inside of a cage.
Yeah.
I found that really, really interesting. It was from the inside of the grate.
Didn't catch that, but I know what you mean, yeah.
Not the monkey cage, but the fencing.
Let's be fair here. There's a lot of walking. We talked about the walking before. There is a lot of very silent walking to get where they're going in this moment.
Right. So we have the shot of them walking into the facility as he's kind of unbuttoning his jacket, about to take it off. And then we get another one of the shots of the three chimpanzee friends,
The apes.
Why can I not talk today?
Hangover.
What I found interesting about the shot, let me pause that again. What I found interesting about the shot is, and I could be wrong, but these magical red and blue and yellow boxes just suddenly show up.
Before, yeah.
No, they weren't.
Unless they were off in the corner.
A table? Is the table still in there? Because where they ate their food?
No, this is a different facility.
Okay.
That was the military facility.
Okay.
This is the zoo infirmary.
Oh, that's right.
These
yeah.
blocks just popped up out of nowhere. Now, they might have been pulled forward out of the shots, but for some reason, they're suddenly just like spread out
All
in the
over
cage
there,
that
yeah.
they were not there before. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. They weren't there before. And now all of a sudden, when I'm looking at that, how did they get in there? I would have loved to have seen a moment with a hose where they start squirting them, and they could have it. It's a madhouse moment while they get squirted.
But then
aside.
they would have had to talk in front of the humans.
That's true.
So you
Damn
can't
it.
do that.
But Zira sees the two of them and gets up and starts walking towards the front of the cage, and she starts twitching her nose. And Cornelius gets up and moves and sits down by other ape, like I'm back
I'm
away
not
from
part
this
of this
scenario.
My name's Paul, and this shit's between y'all.
But I guess this is the moment that I was thinking of. I just love the fact that she now recognizes who they are based upon who she is.
Yeah.
Like, she sees them. She's like,
they're scientists coming in.
You're
this is
me.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
I did too, and I think that this moment, what comes in the next couple of moments, is her playing with that, the conventions of it. It's like maybe she actually sees that. Oh my God! Now I am on the flip side of what I've done to 1,000 people or humans before.
And then for that comedy, after she stands up and kind of looks at them, we have to have the two scientists just kind of turn to look at each other at the exact same time. They're like, what?
Well, I love how Natalie Trundy's glasses are so 70s, oversized and a little bit tinted. She looks a little comical with those.
Yeah.
It's like they saw the pretty that Dane put in there and went, oh, okay, let's be fair. Got to put some glasses. You got to make them look smarter.
The attractive person you put on sunglasses. I mean, put on glasses, and that's supposed to make them smarter.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, we can talk about, what era this is just based upon the type of film they're using, based upon how it's shot, how it's
lighting,
lit,
yeah.
everything like that, what it looks like,
Hairstyles, yeah.
all of that. But really, when we saw the two civilians for the first time and this, you're like, oh, okay, I can date those clothes. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
that's
when you saw Emmett Walsh's glasses, you could kind of date it right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think anytime you got that, at least in about 5 to 10 more years when that style comes back,
There
then
you go.
they'll go, oh, wait, is that today? But yeah, it definitely has that very dated look to it.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to say is we actually do, I believe, if I'm incorrect, don't we get a name at this point for Donald Trump come-over man? Isn't this the point when they...
It starts the next minute,
it's
right?
the
Damn
next
it.
minute, yeah.
Starts the next
I
minute.
swear my minute, what I'm watching it on is like seconds off from what y'all's
like,
are.
yeah.
Because to me, it said that it was in this one. So that's our tease. I'm going to leave it right here on minute 13 unless you guys have something else with saying, come back tomorrow and we're going to tell you what his name is, so you don't have to hear Donald Trump's name again in reference to him. Y'all have anything else?
No, that's it.